Well, hello. I want to share with you today my Ketovore, BBB and E journey. Before I started keto, I had several real severe flare-ups from IBS, and I have had IBS all my life, and I had lost a lot of weight, so I didn't start keto to lose weight because I didn't need to lose weight. I started keto because I had been going to doctors for about 10 years. And every time I went to the doctor, they'd say, your cholesterol is high and you need to bring it down. And I did everything they suggested within the realm of food, uh, knowing that really it wouldn't work because I've been one to watch my diet all my life. But I tried to appease them because I was trying to stay away from statins. Anyways, long story short, I got down to under 128 pounds, and my family was seriously concerned about me, and they weren't the only ones. I was also concerned about me because I was becoming weak and I was looking very frail. So I decided to go on keto. And it was really funny because within 2 or 3 days later, my daughter called me and said, Mom, we're thinking about going on keto. And I'm like, oh, well, I started about 4 or 5 days ago or whatever, which I had. I had been starting to ease into the keto. Anyways, we all, as a foursome, my husband and I and my daughter and her husband, decided to go keto together. And so we did, and that was our very first year, and it was in the fall of the year. And so Thanksgiving and Christmas, we stuck to our keto. I made dishes, and my son-in-law made dishes, very keto friendly, and we stayed with it. And it went well. And I would say that I stayed keto about 8 months. And then I started seeing a lot of carnivore coming up. And I really could have gone carnivore, but I wanted to stay within the same realm as my husband because if I'm going to make food for both of us, I want to make the same food. So I did Ketovore. I leaned more toward the carnivore, but still allowed myself some keto pleasures, which went well. And again, I wasn't doing it to lose weight. I was doing it for health because I had found that after I started keto that I started to have some real nice muscle tone to my already weak body. I had gained some weight, not a drastic amount, but I had gained some weight to where I was at the perfect place to be. And so I decided to do the Ketovore. Well, I've been Ketovore probably 6 months. It might be 8. And I've really enjoyed it. But lately, of course, I've been watching a lot of videos about BBB and E. So 6 days ago now, I decided to do the BBB and E for probably 5 to 10 days to just give myself a little kickstart into a little bit better dietary realm and try to get myself used to the fact of maybe doing without cream, maybe doing without sweetener, which I'd use very little of to begin with, but I just soon get away from the sweetener some. So anyways, I started doing the BB&E. Well, my goodness, I'm telling you, the first night after I started the BB&E, I went to bed and I slept so good. I was sleeping good on keto and Ketovore, but that night I woke up the next day and I had slept 8 hours. And I rarely sleep 8 hours. And so I enjoyed that. Well, then by the third day, I would become ravishing hungry for juicy beef. And so I would make bacon in my air fryer. I would make my beef burgers in my air fryer. And on my beef burgers, I always put a top layer of bacon grease with my salt, my Redmond salt, because I love that Redmond salt. And I would take that out and set it in my plate, top it with a nice soft boiled egg or a over easy fried egg, and add butter to my egg because I love butter in my yolk, and put on some pepper and salt and I would eat that, and my word, it would taste so delicious that I just couldn't wait till the next morning to have another bacon, hamburger, and egg in my plate. And I'm not a real big eater to begin with, but I really started enjoying my food in the carnivore, the BB&E. And anyways, yesterday we went over to the kids' house to have dinner with them and to visit with them, and I still stayed on my carnivore diet all day, and I kept my well, I'm trying to keep my carbs at 0, but if I have a little cream, I don't condemn myself for having a little cream in my coffee. But I like the coffee with butter in it, so I put a tablespoon of butter and a half a tablespoon of cream, and I whip them together in my little cup that I use for whipping, and then I pour that into my coffee and just slowly enjoy my coffee. And I've enjoyed it so much. And I know the BB&E, you're really not supposed to have the cream and the butter, but again, I am just trying to ease into it. And like I said, I may go 10 days because as I ease into it, I'm laying back off from the butter and the cream in my coffee. Anyways, I was sitting here and I was thinking, I like doing shorts. This is going to be a little longer than short, but I thought, you know what? I think I'm going to get on a chair. Everybody's been sharing about their keto experience, and I just wanted to share about mine. The one thing that I found when I was on my keto experience, 2 weeks after I had started it, I had a doctor's appointment. And I went and the doctor said, your cholesterol is just way too high. You got to bring that down. I said, well, I have family inherited cholesterol. And as you know, that's nearly impossible to bring down. But I am working at it. And she said, well, I have to tell you, you have to go on statins. And I said, well, you can tell me all you want, but I'm not going on statin. So I said, but I just started keto. And I said, I want to try this out. I just feel like this is going to be an answer for me. So she said, all right. She said, I'll tell you what, come back in a year and we'll see how you do. So I went back in a year. Okay, so I'd been more than 8 months on keto. Well, Ketovore. When I went back, they did my blood test. I went back to get the results. And my doctor's like, wow, all your numbers are perfect. No signs of diabetes, not even a little bit. No signs of this, no signs of that. Your kidneys are good, and da. But your cholesterol is high, and your LDL is high, and they're both way too high, and you need to bring them down. And I have to remind you that you are a candidate for statins, because if you don't take a statin, you're going to have a heart attack. And I've already had a heart attack, and that kind of put a little fear in me, but then I thought, no, I'm not going to have a heart attack when she said it. And she said, I want you to go on krill oil. She said, I'm going to put down here that you don't want statins. I said, good, because I said, you can recommend statins to me all the rest of your life, and I'll never take them because I've determined not to take them. I've seen what it did to my family members that did take them, and it didn't help them bring down their cholesterol. And so she said, I'm going to give you 6 months to bring it down. I want you to take krill oil. I said, well, I've heard about it, but I'll read about it, and I'll try. I'll promise you to try something. But I came home, read about it. Then I watched a few of Dr. Berry's videos again and reminded myself that I won't have a heart attack due to eating high fat, which is what she told me I would have. So I decided then all the more to go more toward the carnivore diet. And so I've been eating more fats, more protein, and way less, more carbohydrates. And so I thought, then I heard Dr. Berry had a woman on, I had forgotten her name, and done a live with her. And she had put up a video talking about how she had done the BB&E and how her numbers, when she went and had her blood test done, that her cholesterol, eating a 80-20 carnivore diet, 80% fat, 20% protein diet, that her numbers, her cholesterol had never been down that low, but her cholesterol had come down, and she gives you the information as to what it was. And automatically I'm like, whoa, I think I've got 5 more months before I go back to my doctor. I think I'm going to decide to go into a carnivore diet and see how it does with my numbers. And then when she says, I guess the krill oil must have worked, I can say, oh no, I increased my fat levels. And so it's the fat that worked. Amen. So anyways, that's why I'm sharing this with you. I know this has nothing to do with Unity and Truth Bible studies, but I do other videos and other little shorts on here too. And so I just decided I'm going to start grouping everything together on my one channel. And so I'm putting this up today. My Ketovore, B-B-B-and-E journey has taken me to some beautiful experiences when it comes to food. I was a vegetarian for 8 years. All right, so it's not anything difficult to do a carnivore diet. And so I'm going to close now because I hear my husband and my dog rustling about, and I don't want them to interrupt my video. But I hope you enjoy my video. If you do, please leave me a comment. And if you have a question you want to ask me about how I did my journey, please put it in the comments below. I'll be glad to answer it for you. Have a wonderful day, and I hope that you enjoy hearing about my Ketovore, B-B-B-and-E journey. Bye now.